Top New Year's resolutions often include getting in shape, but your finances may need to, well, get in shape as well. The new year is a great time to wipe the slate clean, make some big money moves. Let's bring in Ramsey Solutions financial expert and author of Everyday Millionaires, Chris Hogan. Chris, good to see you.
Well, good to see you as well.
How do we get our finances in shape?
Well, I think we have to realize at the beginning of the year, it's the perfect time for us to set some new goals. And over half the people always set goals that are related to either money or getting healthier. So I want to give people some tips on how do you get financially fit moving forward in this year. We live in the greatest country on the planet where we can make decisions and back it up each and every day. So we've got a great opportunity. So tip number one is to set a plan and stick to it. Like you have to begin to establish habits. And whether that's sitting down and beginning to budget, telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went is a great first step, but we have to stick to it. Next, I want people to be very specific in your goals. Whether you're looking at your amount of debt and you're getting resolved to get yourself out of debt, you've got to sit down and write down, what do you owe? How much do you have? And we teach a process of the debt snowball, which you want to attack debt smallest to biggest. It's not about interest rate. But then I want you to begin to look and understand. Reminders are the way to keep yourself focused. So put some visual sticky notes up. Put something up that's reminding you that you're going to eat out less, that you're going to be more intentional with your money, and watch what happens. That goal will start to stay on the front of your mind. And then also, I want you to get an accountability partner. If you're married, you've got a built-in accountability partner to someone that can help you stay focused. But if you're single or newly single, get a good friend or someone that'll check in with you and ask you where you are and you're making progress with your goals. Then I want you to set some reminders on your calendar. Our mechanical devices, our phones, our iPads and tablets, all of these things serve to help us. Well, let's help us with our goals. Set up a monthly reminder that will pop up that allows you to check in. Where are you on getting out of debt? Where are you with your budgeting? These things will help it stay on the forefront of our mind.
Has anyone on this set, including you, Chris, ever kept a New Year's resolution through the year?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's... Yes. Well, I think if we look at it a little bit different, that it's not just a resolution, it's a commitment. It helps us to have a different focus about it.
Okay. Hey, Chris, your comments, your advice really seems very commonsensical, but I would push back a little bit on this idea. The statistics suggest people are borrowing because interest rates are so extremely low. I mean, doesn't it make some sense to actually be borrowing at this kind of interest rate and investing the money, because most people are going to do better, certainly last year in the stock market and probably in most years, if they have a little bit extra invested and even if they're paying a little bit more interest?
Well, not at all, because here's my fact. You know, interest that you pay is a penalty, interest that I earn is a reward. So I'm debt averse. I'm allergic to it. I don't like it. I don't want it in my life. So the only debt I'm okay with people borrowing on is for a 15-year fixed rate mortgage. So philosophically, we just disagree. I want people to get out of debt and avoid debt like the plague, but I do want them to invest so they can grow their investments. So get yourself out of debt, be intentional, and then invest. But don't ever borrow to invest. It brings risk into your life.
Chris, you say people should think about what they are willing to sacrifice for financial success. So what exactly do we need to give up?
Well, Laura, I think people are so good about writing down what they want to accomplish, but we're not necessarily good at identifying what we're willing to give up. For example, if we want to get better with our money, that's going to involve us sitting down, spending time looking at our budget. How much money is coming in and how much is going out? That means we're not going to go out to eat 5 or 6 times a week. We're going to actually use the stove that's in our home and cook some meals. But we have to sacrifice, and if you want to get serious about money, we're going to have to give up some things. But I think those sacrifices are easier for us to accept once we understand what we have to gain. And I think when we keep that in focus, it helps us stick to the plan.
Chris, I love what you're saying, and I agree with you 10,000%. I think really it's a money mindset, right? It's not just a chore to do your budget or look at your finances or really write down exactly where everything is. It's really a mindset of, I can do this, I will do this, rather than I have to do this.
No, I agree, and I think it's also a mindset if we get to do this. We live in the greatest country on the planet where we can make a decision and start working immediately. We don't need anyone's permission. I just want to encourage more people to do it. We've got almost 80% of people that are living paycheck to paycheck. Right. That means if one check doesn't show up, we've got families that are struggling. So I want 2020 to be the year that we get into perfect money focus. We start to work a plan that will actually work. People can go to my website, chrishogan360.com. I've got blogs on there about goal setting, but also steps to take to help you win with your money.
Chris, can you call me every day, hang out with me, and just kind of shoot me a text every 15 minutes or so? Because that's the only way I'm going to pull all that off, brother. Because I love what you're saying, man, but that's some hard stuff to do.
It is intimidating. So I guess to follow up with that, Chris, what are things we don't even realize that we do on a daily basis that we waste money on?
Great point. I think when we take a look at some of the subscription things that we have going on, maybe you signed up for it in January, but you don't really realize you're not even utilizing it now. So take a look at your bank statement. What are some of those $9, $10 fees that are happening each and every month that you're not really using? Cancel those things. Let's redirect that money to somewhere else. Another one is these fancy coffee shops out there. Now, you guys know we love coffee.
Starbucks.
We love coffee. But at $5 or $6 a pop every day, that can add up. So that's just a few tips.
Okay, I'm going to get a phone call right now, but we get free coffee here at Fox, and this morning, Jack, it is...
Tepid, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we might have to, you know, buy that $6 coffee across the street. Chris Hogan, next time you're here, Coffee on Me, sir. Good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Happy New Year.